Hello pilots and welcome to this unboxing video brought to you by Out of Art Gaming. Today we have the Pride of Mandalore pack to go through, and I'll tell you what, there is a lot of stuff in here to go through. So let's crack this box open, see what we've got in there and discuss some of the cards we have inside. So first things first, let's have a look at the cardboard we get included in the pack. Now there's 5 sheets in here, so there's plenty to go through. We get some of the new cool looking asteroids and debris. I think these look absolutely amazing, and the purple's going to look really nice on the board. You also get your tokens for the various characters as well, and a few other tokens on there. But they look really cool. So you get 3 asteroids, 3 debris, and that is some new looking stuff in there, which just looks really cool. You get some thermal detonator cards in there as well, and there is 1 of your 5 Fang Fighter dials. Next pack we have all of our Rebel Fang Fighters. Now points aren't currently up yet, but you'll be able to get those soon. Now if you look with the Clan Ren Volunteer, it actually does double side for the Mandalorian Royal Guard. So for those of you that have already got Scum, that's quite handy for you. And we also have our new cards for the Empire as well, Moff Gideon and the ISB Jingoist. We have our new bomb items there. More Fang Fighter dials, and even more Fang Fighter dials. I hope you all have enough Fang Fighters to actually fly 5 dials. I'm definitely going to have to pick up a few more, but that is some good amount of cardboard in there, so we look forward to getting those all popped out and ready to play with. So let's have a look at what cards we've got in there. Now, again, there are a lot of cards, but we're very excited about this. So let's see what we've got. So we'll go through the pilot cards first. As you can see, the first one we have on the top of the pack is the Moff Gideon TIE Fighter pilot card, I-4. While an enemy ship at range 1 to 3 defends, before attack dice are rolled, you may spend 1 charge and choose a friendly ship at range 0 to 1 of the defender. If you do, defense dice cannot be modified during this attack, and the chosen friendly ship gains 1 strain token. That's quite a powerful ability there. I think that'll be quite interesting, especially on a TIE Fighter. But Moff Gideon, new TIE Fighter there, so it'll be quite nice to see. We've got the ISB Jingoist, another I-4. Before you engage, you may choose 1 enemy ship in your forward arc at range 0 to 1. If you do, that ship gains 1 deplete or strain token of your choice, unless it chooses to remove a green token. That is really cool, really powerful, especially the I-4 step. You might have a lot of pilots there that still have their green tokens, and you get 2 of those. I like that they're both I-4. There's quite a few cool I-4 TIE Fighter pilots. It'd be nice to see them working in conjunction. Now we have Mr. Fenrau himself in his Rebel variant. So I-6, as you'd expect, normal Fang Fighter stats and everything there with the Concordia face-off. The ability, before a friendly ship at range 1 to 2 engages, if there is an enemy ship in the forward arc at range 1, that enemy ship may remove 1 non-lock red token. So a very different ability there for Fen, very much going in that rebel flavour of being able to help your friends out rather than full-on attack. But I like it. It'll be interesting to see how this is costed in comparison to the Scum Fang Fighter for Fen, but I like it. It'll be good to see that on the board. We have Boudica Venge. Again, apologies if I've pronounced that wrong. We know what Star Wars names like. Sometimes they can be quite tricky. I-4. After another friendly ship defends, if you are not depleted, you may perform a bonus primary attack against the attacker. If you do, after performing that attack, gain 1 deplete token. Cool. I like that. Powerful. Leans into that Rebel assist, but also that Fang Fighter threat there. Really nice card, that. Dirk Uladin, the Aspiring Commando. I-3. After you fully execute a red maneuver or perform a red action, you may require a lock on an enemy ship in your forward arc at range 1. So again, really leaning into that Fang Fighter aesthetic of going quickly, getting those red actions and getting locks. That, I think, is going to be quite an interesting one, especially if you get right in someone's face, barrel roll focus, get that target lock. That double mod is going to be incredibly powerful. Clan Ren Volunteer. While you perform an attack at range 1, if the speed of your revealed maneuver matches that of a friendly ship at range 1, you may reroll 1 attack die. Definitely want to be looking at flying in formation there, but that could be quite good, especially if you're using, say, Dirk, the I3, or the second Cloud Red Volunteer. I think that could be quite good. Now for the Scum, we have the Mandalorian Royal Guard. While a friendly non-small ship defends, if you're in the attack arc, you may gain 1 deplete and 1 strain token. If you do, the defender may change 1 result to a evade result. That's interesting. It definitely fits with that bodyguard style of play there. So I can very much see this running alongside the Gauntlet. So I think that would be quite cool to have 2 Mandalorian Royal Guard Fang fighters running alongside the Gauntlet. Would be really nice to see. So it'd be interesting to see that one in play. And obviously you get 2 of those. And you also get your quick build cards there. So for the Rebel Fang fighter, the TIE fighter, and also the Scum Fang fighter. Right, well those are the pilot cards. Now, time to go through the big pile of upgrade cards, which is definitely, for me, the most exciting part. So, let's get those upgrade cards out. Now, this is a hefty pile, so I hope you are sitting comfortably and we'll go through this. So we've got a couple of condition cards first. We have the False Friend condition. During the system phase, if an enemy ship with the Tal Merrick upgrade is at range 0 to 2, or an enemy remote is at range 0 to 2, flip your dial face up. Action, gain 1 deplete token and 1 stress token to discard this condition. So that's going to be quite an interesting one. Definitely wonder if that will get nerfed or put on any form of ban list, as it doesn't quite seem to feel like it's playing in the road aesthetic, but we'll see about that. We have Trials of the Darksaber. While you perform an attack at attack range 0 to 2, you may spend 1 crit result. If you do, if the defending ship's player has more scored points than you, they lose 1 scored bounty, plus that bounty on this card. After you defend, if you're destroyed by an enemy ship at attack range 0 to 2, assign the Trials of the Darksaber condition to that attacker. All bounty remain on this card. At the end of the game, the ship scores all bounties on this card. So this is an Aces High style card, and that's pretty cool. I actually look forward to seeing this on Aces High because it could really change how a game is going. You could be getting absolutely hammered, and if you have the Darksaber at the end, this could be what absolutely pips it for you. So that's really interesting. Nice to see they're looking at some of the other gameplay styles rather than just the normal gameplay. So that'll do very well in my local store. We love a bit of Aces High. Now to your regular upgrade cards, we have Sabine Wren in the Command Crew Rebel Standard Ship. Set up. Before placing forces, assign the Trials of the Darksaber condition to yourself. While you perform a coordinate action, you may coordinate 1 additional friendly ship. Clan training. This has the Mandalorian keyword on it. If you're unfamiliar with the keywords, if you look at the PDF documents from Atomic Mass Games, you'll notice the keyword section on the right hand side. So this is where you'll find the Mandalorian keyword. I've seen a lot of people on the social medias looking for that, but this is where you find it. So clan training, a talent with 1 charge. Before you engage, if you are not focused and there is an enemy ship in your forward arc at range 1, you may spend 1 charge to perform a red focus action. After you perform an attack, if the defender is destroyed, recover 1 charge. And you get a couple of those in there, 3 in fact. Classic Deadeye Shot, absolutely love this talent, we've seen it quite a few times. Get 2 of those. Ion Limiter Overdrive. Now we've got TIE Fighters in there, it's unsurprising you're going to get some Ion Limiter Overdrives. But we will skip past those because we've seen those before. Marg Sable Closure. 2 copies of that in there. We have the Force Ability Compassion. So before another friendly ship at range 0 to 2 would be dealt a face-up, pilot or crew damage card, you may spend 1 force. If you do, that damage card is discarded. instead, and you are dealt 1 face-down damage card. Then, if you have 2 or more damage cards, recover 2 force. I like Compassion, it's quite an interesting one. And it works with its partner there, Malice, the absolute antithesis. While you perform an attack, you may spend 1 force to change 1 focus or hit result to a crit result. If you do, after you perform that attack, if the defender was dealt 1 or more face-up pilot or crew damage card, recover 2 force. So, the absolute opposite there, but this is a really good card. I've seen it in use, and it can absolutely decimate opponents. Got the Electro Chaff missiles. During the system phase, you may spend 1 charge from this card to launch 1 Electro Chaff cloud using the 3 bank or 4 forward template, then place 1 fuse marker on it. This card's charges cannot be recovered. We have Ahsoka Tano as a crew card. After you fully execute a maneuver, you may spend 1 force to choose 1 friendly ship in your rear arc at range 1 to 2. If you do, that ship may perform a red focus action even while stressed. That's Republic or Scum. So that's a pretty cool card there, especially if you've got some large base ships and you've got some support ships behind them. That's going to work out really good. Bo-Katan Kryze, Republic or Separatist crew card. While you perform an attack, if you're at range 0 to 1 of the defender, you may reroll 1 attack die. Rerolling an attack die is always really handy, so you're not going to complain about that, especially if you're at 0 to 1, as you'll have an additional attack die anyway, so that's a good card. Bo-Katan Kryze for the Rebel or Scum. Now, interestingly, she does have a different ability here. So after you perform an attack, if the defender was destroyed, each friendly ship at range 0 to 2 may remove 1 red or orange token. So this does lead into that heavy shooting style, so I like that. Captain Hark for the Imperials. After you fully execute a red maneuver, if you are not focused, you may spend 1 charge to gain 1 focus token. Always good. Doing a K-turn, doing a sloop, doing anything that would normally stop you getting an action and then being able to take an action, that is going to be really handy. I can see that working quite well on a Decimator or a Lambda, so that's quite a nice card. Fenral Crew, Rebel or Scum. Before a friendly ship at range 0 to 2 engages, if its revealed maneuver is speed 1 or higher, and there is an enemy ship in its forward arc at range 1, that friendly ship may remove 1 non-lock red token. Again, pretty handy. Could be removing a deplete or strain there, so that can make your attacks a little bit better. You can run a few more risks there with doing that. Gar Saxon Empire. While a friendly unit at range 1 to 3 with an initiative of 4 or lower performs an attack against a defender you have locked, the attacker may change 1 focus to a hit result. So quite a nice support one there for your lower initiative pilots, so I do like that. That's really cool. Corky Kryze for the Republic. After a friendly ship in your forward arc at range 1 to 2 becomes the defender, you may transfer 1 green token to it. While a friendly ship in your forward arc at range 1 to 2 defends, if you obstruct the attack, the defender rolls 1 additional defense die. Quite an interesting one, actually. I like that. It's definitely one where you're going to be getting into a bit of a melee there. Obi-Wan Kenobi for the Republic. After a friendly ship at range 0 to 2 spends a focus or evade token, you may spend 1 charge. If you do, that ship gains 1 focus token. That's a great card. I think that's a really good card. Just to be able to keep tokens there is always good. Pre-Vizsla, Scum or Separatist. While you perform a coordinate action, you can choose a friendly remote instead of another friendly ship. Instead of performing an action, that remote relocates using the 1 hard or 2 forward templates. That's quite handy to allow you to move any remotes that you've already got placed that can't normally be moved. Prime Minister Almec, Republic or Scum. Setup. Equip this side face up. After a friendly ship at range 0 to 2 reveals a white maneuver, If it has no green tokens, it may gain 1 stress token to gain 1 calculate token. During the end phase, if you have 2 or more stress tokens, flip this card. Almec, Maul's Puppet. After a friendly ship at range 0 to 2 fully executes a red maneuver, that ship may perform a calculate or focus action on its action bar even while stressed. So this is going to be quite an interesting card, actually, allowing you some flexibility there. Now, I know people might look at that and go, a white maneuver and no green tokens. You could be looking at taking maybe a focus or doing a boost, or it could be that you're doing a white maneuver after getting stressed. So that's actually going to be quite handy there. Rook Cast for the Scum. After you perform a red action, you may gain 1 strain token. While you perform an attack, if you are strained, you may change one of your blank or focus results to a crit result. So again, quite a nice card there. What could be worth taking that strain to get that, especially if you're not being attacked. But I like that. Satine Kreese for the Republic. At the start of the engagement phase, you may spend 2 charges. If you do, each friendly ship may choose 1 deplete token and 1 focus token, or get to gain 1 disarm token and 1 evade token. So you can either decide to have a slightly weaker attack but modify it, or have no attack but be definitely better on the defense. So all depends on your facing as to how you want to take that one, but it could be interesting, Savage Oppress, Scum or Separatists. After a friendly ship in your forward arc at range 1 to 2 gains a stress or strain token, you may spend 1 focus. If you do, that ship gains 1 focus token. So negating the fact that you've had to get a stress there, so allowing you to still get the focus. Always adding modifications is always good. Talmeric. Set up. Before placing forces, choose 1 enemy ship and assign the false friend condition to it. Action. If the false friend condition is not assigned to an enemy ship, assign it to an enemy ship in your forward arc at range 0 to 2. So that'd be if the ship's been destroyed, you can redo that as an action. Tristan Wren, Rebel or Squad, including Gar Saxon. While a friendly unit at range 0 to 3 performs a missile attack, you may spend 1 charge. If you do, the attacker may change 1 hit result to a crit result. That's really good. I really like that. So that's going to be really handy for any of your ships that are taking like missiles quite often. So good card, that I like that. Ursa Wren, Rebels. You can maintain up to 2 locks. Each lock must be on a different object. After a friendly ship at range 0 to 3 is locked, you may acquire a lock on an enemy ship. So again, multiple locks is always going to be really handy, and the fact that you can get a lock when a friendly ship has gained a lock, that's good. I like that. It'd be interesting to see how many points that card is. Double Crew Maul. For Scum, add the illicit slot and get a pink coordinate. Now, well, sorry, purple coordinate. I like this. It doesn't seem like it's doing a huge amount, but it gives you the force, it gives you that coordinate, and adding a illicit slot. There are some really interesting illicits out there, and sometimes it can be difficult to try and decide between one or the other, and this gives you the option to go with both. So that's quite good. It could be expensive, but I think all right. Gar Saxon Gunner card, Scum large or huge ship. While you perform a target lock action, you can only choose an object in your front or rear arc. While you perform a primary attack, if the defender is in your front or rear arc, you may remove 1 orange or red token from the defender to roll 1 additional die to a maximum of 4. Interesting. So it's got a limitation there, but is also still quite scary and quite powerful. So that's an interesting Gunner card. Suppressive Gunner, we've seen this before. Regular viewers of the channel will probably remember that Quinn is a big fan of Suppressive Gunner, so to give him more of those, he'll be happy. Tiber Saxon, Imperial Gunner. After you perform an attack at attack range 1 to 2 that hits, if the defender has no face-up damage cards, you may spend 1 or more charges. For each charge you spend, the defender gains 1 strain token. That's quite good. That's quite good, adding strain tokens, especially if this is attacking early on. Ursa Wren Gunner card, Republic or Separatist. After you acquire a lock on an enemy unit beyond range 2, if there are no friendly units at range 0 to 1 of the locked unit, gain 1 calculate token. Weapon System Officer, again, we've seen this one before. Pulse Transponders, Blazer Bomb. During the system phase, you may spend 1 charge to drop a Blazer Bomb using the 1 template. Now, we've got the rules for the Blazer Bomb in the pack as well, and I know that they've been online, but these are incredibly fun, and I'm looking forward to getting those. So, concussion bombs, thermal detonators, probably one of my favourite devices there. Delayed fuses, overtuned modulators. During the system phase, if you're not stressed, you may spend 1 charge to gain 3 calculate tokens. During the end phase, if your charge is inactive, for each green token you remove, gain 1 strain token. Get a couple of copies of those. Beskar reinforced plating. Again, the Mandalorian keyword there. While you defend, if the attacker is in your forward arc, before you would be dealt a face-up damage card, you may spend 1 charge to be dealt that card face down instead, or spend 2 charges to discard it instead. Really powerful. Really powerful, that. I like that. You get 3 copies in there. But that is a really good card, really powerful, and that I think will get used quite often. And Mandalorian Optics. During the system phase, you may spend 1 charge to acquire a lock on an object in your forward arc. While you perform a primary attack, if you have a lock on the defender, ignore obstacles beyond range 0, obstructing the attack. I don't think I really need to say any more on that one. That's actually really good. And you get 3 copies in there. But guys, that is the Pride of Mandalore pack. There is a lot in there. It's very good value for money, this pack, especially if you do have multiple factions as well, or you're thinking about getting into multiple factions. You'll get a lot of cards in there. I can't rate this pack highly enough. I think it is fantastic, and I'm looking forward to seeing what other things they do in the future in regards to reinforcement packs like this. But this is a really good pack, guys. So make sure you definitely pick this up if you like Mandalorians and Fang Fighters and just have some really cool upgrades. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you do like what we're doing here at Out of Arc Gaming, you can support us on Patreon with the link in the description below. But we'll be back with some more regular games very soon. In the meantime, we'll see you next time.